Are there any brands out there that you're a super fan for? I mean, you just love them.
I got a tat. It's an apple.
We found an amazing woman named Jackie who is a super fan for Mazda. Our goal, how do we tell her story? And how do we make it awesome? Here's how. Jackie has been part of the Mazda community since she was a little kid. Through her father and then herself becoming a professional driver, racing in many different events, putting Mazdas truly to the test. This was an interesting campaign that revolved around the Superfans, so people who have just lived, breathed, and driven Mazdas for their entire life. Not only is she a superfan, she's also just a really cool person, and our crew loved hanging out with her family, and anyone that was in the Mazda, I guess, extended family. This shoot was interesting because it wasn't a traditional car commercial. It really was more person than it was vehicle. And there's so many different facets of what makes someone a fanboy or fangirl of the vehicle. So it was neat to capture that. Was it the technical side of Mazda that she really liked? Was it how it performed on the track? So the practical side. So there's many different parts of it, and she really hints on that throughout the whole video of just how Mazda was there for her in different parts of her career in different ways. It was just so cool to see how her and her dad had so much to say and so much passion for racing in general, but then also truthfully how Mazda interweaved itself within their life.
That's the best part about Mazda is camaraderie, the family, the
and
racing.
they're some pretty good cars too.
Yeah.
The core challenge on this shoot was really speed of delivery, and this was the alpha product, so this was the first one in the series for the Superfan, and it was also a rush timeline to get social content out with edits, with some compositing, so there were certain things about this that just had to happen fast, and they had to be done right the first time. We got as many interviews with different Superfan friends that showed up. We tried to put them in environments that felt natural. We didn't want them to feel staged like interviews. It was more just roll with the punches on that. We really had to rip through as much as we could. So we went to the racetrack, we got her driving.
There is no better feeling than being on the track, full throttle in this race car.
What we loved about this was the creative direction that we got. So we had a lot of freedom. They said, here's the general concept, figure it out.
Don't say that.
We need to work the Superfan into the video. Here's a baseline of her story, figure it out.
That's all you have to do!
And while some people may get really nervous of, oh my gosh, I don't know where to go, I think that's where we thrive.
Okay, let's ride.
When you work with a brand as big as Mazda, obviously there's multiple partners involved. Bigger agencies, smaller agencies, production vendors we bring in, so many different moving parts. I think what CineSalon does really well in these projects is how we navigate and communicate with multiple different vendors, partners, stakeholders that are involved in these projects. There's so much more to this than just, oh, let's go shoot a car ad or grab a camera and just film the vehicle. To get it through at a regional and national level, you really have so many different things you have to worry about of like, are the hands on the wheel at the right place? Are all the safety setups that way done right? Will it pass the design team? Will it pass the legal team or the post team? So are all the specs correct? So there's many different little things, and every car brand is so different on what they care about and what they need to get passed through. So it seems to the average viewer that, oh, it's just a car ad. There's just so much more to it.
My name's Jackie, and I've been racing a Mazda for 25 years.
Every project, there's always one tool that just stands out as, my goodness, that saved the day, and it's the DJI 4D. It's just a chicken neck stabilized camera, and in this case, it worked perfect on the racetrack. We wanted to get interesting shots of her driving the vehicle, and we didn't want to spend a lot of time trying to rig things up. There was no other passenger seat in there to hop in and go around with her, so there was just no easy way to like put something in there. We didn't want a GoPro to be the hero for the whole thing, so the G&E team put a tray on the side of the vehicle, mounted that on nice and tight. We put the 4D on that tray, and then using the wireless monitor that has a gyroscope feature in it, we were able to remotely control the head of the 4D as the car was going around the track. So when she hit a turn, we could bank the camera with it. So it gave that illusion of extreme speed or like a NASCAR turn. When she might have been going, I don't know, maybe 80 miles an hour, it felt like she was doing 200 the way we banked it. So it really added a third dimension to it. The speed in which we could do it, which was just mount it, send her out, and then we're there. Yeah, it's a little shaky, but because it's gimbalized, I mean, it feels right. But we didn't stop there. We also put the 4D on a chase car. So now we could get a different angle where it actually felt like a competitor was on the track with her. We just felt that was better than an FPV drone.
It's actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
One, because it just takes risk out. Two, it's fast and it's easy to just mount that and they can just drive. And three, it felt natural. It had the vibration, it had camera shake. It just felt like it was another competitor chasing her. If you want to overly simplify it, really our goal was create something that people want to watch, get it done on time. Pretty consistent, pretty similar with every video project. That's what we had to do. The real challenge is how do you tell a micro doc that is condensing 20 years of driving experience and stories into 2 days?
That's impossible!
We had all of our historical photos that we laid out and set them up in a unique way and filmed them in real life. I love that effect. I love taking a Polaroid or a 4x6 and putting it out in the actual environment and then filming it. I think it's just such a nice feel. I don't know, it just brings you in. So we knocked that out. Then we went to her home. We got anyone who was involved with her there. We showed her in her daily life. We showed her with her different vehicles in her natural environment as a super fan every day. And somehow, after 2 days of filming, adding in some historical B-roll, the entire finished piece felt like it was filmed over, a long period of time.
A lot of my friends and family have seen how reliable the race car is. They also got Mazdas.
And that's how you capture a superfan.